Too bad the Warriors only got 3 titles out of their little dynasty.
Stephen A. Smith, is Golden State's dynasty done?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But they don't believe so.
The whole world is predicting the Warriors' run is over. I mean, can you really argue with 5 moments that prove the dynasty is over? How could you? Ha! You must have forgot they are light years ahead of every other team in planning. That's right, they could tell the future. They knew Kevin Durant was leaving, executed that D'Angelo Russell sign and trade, and now they're in a position to extend the dynasty. No, seriously, if the Warriors hadn't done that, then they would have had just a taxpayer mid-level exception and a veterans minimum to try to replace Kevin Durant. So instead of letting him walk, they convinced him to sign and trade, putting a different max contract player on their books to build with. It did come with a price though. Remember, KD was insulted that he'd be traded straight up for D'Lo, so he demanded that Golden State include a first-round pick with protections. The Nets then demanded that they take on 2 lesser players so Brooklyn could sign DeAndre Jordan, and Golden State got rid of a pick in Andre Iguodala. That's a lot. But still, they were happy to do it because they knew with D'Lo's fat contract, they could continue to go after the biggest stars and the dynasty would continue. In this video, we're going to explore what the Warriors might do with that big contract, that is now Andrew Wiggins, and their first-round pick this offseason. Hey, it's Casey Kiernan, host of the AM Hoops YouTube channel, still coming out with 5 videos per week about the NBA, even without NBA games. So if you want to support the channel, hit subscribe and notification bells. Also, check out the AM Hoops podcast, dropping every single Friday morning. First of all, yes, they do need to make a trade. The Warriors are not going to keep this first-round pick. They're not. Rookies almost never help you win championships, and that pick is going to be too valuable for what they could get back. They could give it to some team with a disgruntled win-now veteran. Think Cavaliers in 2015 getting Wiggins #1, flipping that for Kevin Love, then going to the finals. Yes, there are exceptions to this rule, people in the comments. Magic Johnson was a rookie in the 1980 finals, Bill Russell in 1957, but obviously it almost never happens. The second reason to trade the pick, even if it's #1, is the Warriors don't need to think about the future. It's all about right now. Steph, Klay, and Draymond are all 30 years old or older. The window to win another ring or 2 is now. The point of sports is winning, not being really good for a long time. Also, they would trade Andrew Wiggins. Dude is a work in progress, and I'm being kind. If they could flip him for a proven winner, they absolutely should. Wiggins averaged about 22 points per game on about 45% shooting, career highs in threes, rebounds, and assists. The Timberwolves flipped him for a star with valuable assets, so the Warriors can too. So, what do they need? Golden State will prioritize length, ball handling, and versatile defense, similar to an Andrew Wiggins. They need a center, even if on veterans minimum, and they need a primary ball handler to come off the bench when Steph and Draymond sit. So there are 2 different types of trades we're looking at. One is that mega trade that changes everything, and the other one is a smaller trade that fills several needs. Smallest trade #1, Kelly Oubre and the Suns 2020 first for the Andre Iguodala trade exception and their 2020 first. Now this trade would have to go down on draft night, assuming that the Suns really want to move up to whatever the Warriors spot is, which could be #1 overall. This is not a deep draft, so whoever Phoenix might take at 10 won't nearly be the player that they'd find at 1, 2, or 3. At the top, the Suns could take Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, whoever they want. The Warriors get back the Tsunami Papi, who flourished as a Valley Boy this year. He had career highs across the board. While his position is redundant to Andrew Wiggins, there's always room for his youth and talent. They can fit his salary in with the Andre Iguodala exception, which is important because it's involved in all 3 small trades. Smallest trade #2, Dennis Shroder for the IG trade exception and the 2020 second and 2020 first round picks of the Dubs. Dennis Shroder obviously fills that backup ball handler role for the Warriors, but why OKC would do that needs to be addressed. Obviously, Thunder fans out there want that 2020 Warriors first round pick, but there's two problems with that. First, you already have two stars in Schroeder's spot, so you can't afford him. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chris Paul are going nowhere. Second, Schroeder's money is off the books after next season. That means his first year in Golden State, he's an expiring contract. That 2021st is way too much to give up. Now, the Warriors get back a sixth man of the year to run things when their all-stars sit. Smallest trade number 3, Marcus Smart for the IG trade exception in the 2021st. As integral as Marcus Smart is to the Boston Celtics, we know he brings so many intangibles. There's no way they'd hold on to him for the chance to add top-level talent with a top 3 pick. He's a fan favorite in Boston, but not that valuable. The Warriors get back someone they can trust in a big moment in the playoffs, and there will be plenty of those moments. Also, he's a major upgrade over Jordan Poole and Kai Bowman to lead the second unit. Now let's get to the mega trades that change everything. Number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo for Andrew Wiggins, the 2021st, 2021 first from Minnesota, and the Warriors' 2022 first-round picks. This is a win-win for both teams if Giannis says he's not signing that Supermax extension. The Warriors planned for this exact scenario with that KD sign-and trade. Giannis's deal perfectly matches up with the Andrew Wiggins salary, and the Bucks get back maybe the number 1 overall pick and a top pick if the Timberwolves continue to tank. The Warriors also are willing to part with that 2022 first-round pick because when you look at it, the market has kind of been set for deals like this. The Pelicans got back 3 first-round picks from the Lakers, and the Clippers had to send a haul to get back Paul George. If the Warriors pull this off, the title is theirs the next 4 to 5 years. The Warriors would have a chance to be the greatest team ever, even better than Michael Jordan's Bulls. Mega trade number 2, Joel Embiid for Andrew Wiggins in the 2020 first-round pick. There are so many reasons for this trade to happen. First of all, again, the salaries match up, so mathematically it's possible. Second, this solves the Sixers' chemistry issues with Embiid and Ben Simmons operating so much in the paint. Philly plays best when one of them is injured. More often than not, it's Embiid, and that is why the Warriors can get him on the cheap. Just one pick, his injury history. With that pick, the Sixers could draft a perfect complement to the 23-year-old Ben Simmons. Also, there have been whispers that Embiid might want to be traded, telling the Sixers home crowd to shut the blank up, and all but saying he wants to be traded with Jimmy Butler on social media. But when Embiid is on the court and happy, he's the best big man in the NBA. He would be an excellent front court complement to Draymond Green with the best shooting backcourt in history in Steph and Clay. And mega trade number 3 has Kevin Love going to the Warriors. But before I show you this trade, look at what Bleacher Report said. Quote, Kevin Love, 31, could give the Warriors the facilitating, floor-stretching big they've never really had. He'd command attention at times, allowing Curry and Thompson to zip around off the ball. Would any team have a better 4 or 5 passing tandem than Love and Draymond Green? So that is great analysis, but then it's hard to know whether the Cavs would accept a straight-up swap of pricey deals that expire in 2023. If they had to, the Warriors could sweeten the pot with their 2020 first-rounder. What? That is insane. They're suggesting that the Warriors should give up Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love and their 2020 first-round pick. No way! They'd be giving up a 25-year-old former number 1 pick who could help lead a young Cavs squad. Instead, my trade is Kevin Love and the Cavaliers' 2022 first for Andrew Wiggins in that 2020 pick. Now this makes more sense. Assuming the Cavs continue to suck, the Warriors basically could recoup their top pick 2 years later. Instead, they get Kevin Love, who at 31 years old fits right in with the Warriors vets age-wise and on the floor. It would also be ridiculously ironic that K-Love and Wiggins were traded for each other twice, with Love going to a championship contender while Wiggins to a rebuilding team. I like this if I'm a Cavs fan too, but I just hope Kobe Altman doesn't mess up this pick like he has all the rest. If it's a small trade or a mega change everything trade, the Warriors are not just going to sit back this offseason. They're going to upgrade while the championship window is still open and prove to all the haters the dynasty is definitely not over. Support AM Hoops and click subscribe. Don't miss a daily NBA video.